Hey guys, it's Silver Snorlax, and I am back today with PSA Returns Round 25, Part 2. This is actually going to be the bulk of the order. I had two submissions that were 10 cards each, so I'll be going over those today, as well as a couple of returns from users who have sent before, and they sent some pretty cool stuff, so I'm sure you guys will enjoy that as well. So let's go ahead and jump straight into it. First one is from my guy MTL Baller, who sent with me for ages and ages now. He sent a single card submission, but he sent a goodie. He sent a Vaporeon promo, the Japanese play version 10,000 point. This one came back flawless form, Gem Mint 10. I took a good look at this card before I sent it as well, and I thought the same, so I'm glad PSA and I agreed. So very nice card, very beautiful card, and a popular one no less, so I'm very happy for him. Got an excellent card. CR9 Mercurial Vapor, excuse me, as I try to pronounce usernames. Sent with me again as well. He has a Wild Blaze Mega Charizard EX, Gem Mint 10, and a Mint 9 Mega Charizard from Flashfire. Again, a card I've said over and over, especially over these past several rounds, incredibly popular, still seeing a lot of it. Regardless, I'm almost always getting at least one per submission. Per round, I should say. Not submission. Submission would mean everybody. But I generally see it once per round. So get those two knocked out of the way real quick. This next stack is from a gentleman named James. His old YouTube username was Evil Rabbit, and you'll have to forgive me because he has changed it, and I forget what it is. I have it buried somewhere in my notes. But he sent a number of cards I was actually very excited to see come back. A lot of it's older Wizards of the Coast kind of stuff, so I was very happy to see it. So we'll start off with the Kingdra he had graded. That one came back as a near mint 8. And a second Kingdra, which came back as a near mint plus 7.5. Again, like I've said before, odd to see half grades on these cards, as PSA generally does not. Reason it's seen a 7.5, aside from just age, is just it looks like the way it was cut, actually. It wasn't perforated quite right. There are lots of little white specks up at the top. They're fairly evenly spaced. I don't even know if my camera can pick it up. They're so small, but you can kind of see white specks up at the top. It looks like they weren't removed correctly from the sheet. I think that's part of it. I'm sure there's some surface scratches and other things that just kind of come with a card this age, but that's also kind of to be expected. It looks like he had a very old collection graded, kind of, is what it looks like, so I'm sure there's a lot of sentimental stuff in here for him, so we're trying to keep those extra safe. Neo Revelation Ho-Oh came back as a near mint 7. Gorgeous card. That's one I like to see. Ho-Oh is one of my favorite Pokemon. Very colorful. Probably one of my all-time favorite cards is this Blaine's Arcanine. This one came back as an excellent to mint 6.5. Again, the half grade's odd. But Blaine's Arcanine, for whatever reason, just the artwork, just, oh man, I don't know what it is. That kind of swirled pattern in the background with Arcanine just looking ferocious as ferocious can be there in the front. It's just a really cool card. First edition, no less. So very happy to see this one come through me. 6.5... I'm not sure if that would mean there is a crease somewhere on the card. Generally, when you see a 5 or a 6 grade, that means there's a crease. And it's almost always automatic to drop to a 5 or a 6 grade. But I can't seem to find one on this card, so that kind of makes me wonder if there was just some conditional issues, scratching on the foil, some issues on the edges and corners, which I can see, from this distance, but, that's just kind of part of the deal. So... But regardless, probably one of my favorite cards. I'm very happy that James was nice enough to send it to me so we could get a chance to all enjoy it on this channel. Even though I've already kind of showcased it a little bit, here's the Heracross he had graded as well. First edition near mint 8. It's a great card. I actually own one myself. I believe it's in a... What is it? It's either in a PSA 6 or PSA 8. Nice card. I really like it quite a bit. He's facing off against a Pinsir there. At least I assume that's what it is. So that's pretty cool. I like that one. Also really great Neo stuff. Here we have a near mint Togetic. First edition. Beautiful card. Gym Challenge Erica's Venusaur. This is pretty cool. The artwork's very simple. It's a little bit hard to see on camera, but in the background there are patterns of trees and kind of a grassy meadow, so that's pretty cool. Base set 2 Blastoise. This one came back as near mint 8. So I like that. Loads and loads, that's for sure. Lieutenant Surge's Magneton from Gym Heroes. Again, I find this to be a very simple artwork. Even the background pattern isn't, I don't know what I would say, but it's plain, but it's beautiful at the same time. So I find there's a lot of beauty and there's a lot of depth in things that are actually simple. I know that sounds a little bit weird, but I find it to be true, especially with Pokemon cards. So even though it's a very plain background and the foreground has the Pokemon displayed and it's not a particularly wild pose, I mean, I guess you could say that it is with the little electrical circuits running around the magnets, but regardless, I find this card to be pretty impressive, just in the way it was made and the way the artist decided to approach it. So I like that card quite a bit. This one came back as an excellent to mint 6 for him. And last card here, highest grade he got, mint 9 Poliwrath. This is just an unlimited base set Poliwrath. So very cool card. There we go. Excellent. Excellent stuff. Last one up is from a user named Mitchell. I know I mentioned it last video, I'm seeing people from outside the YouTube community send, which everyone on this channel is always welcome to send cards with me. Whether you're part of YouTube, you're part of Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, doesn't matter. I take cards from everybody. I love seeing different kinds of stuff come through, and I love sharing it with you guys. So always, 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 if you have somebody who's interested or knows somebody who's interested, or just want to reach out to a different community, feel free to let them know. I am here, and I'm happy to grade for you. So let's start it off. Pikachu Level X Holo, the Japanese promo, Advent of Arceus. This one came back as an excellent 5, which tells me there's a crease somewhere on it. And it's probably my biggest weakness. I have the hardest time catching hairline flaws. Hairline creases, flaws of that general description. I do not catch creases well. I catch everything else pretty well. I can never seem to find creases. So I'm sure there's some minor scratching and stuff on here as well, but I had a difficult time finding it when I first sent it, but it kind of is what it is. So regardless, it's a cool card once it's been slabbed. So put him off to the side here, and we'll move on to a Wild Blaze Full Art Charizard, which came back as a mint 9. Again, the Japanese version. Popular card, Charizard, always popular, especially modern day Charizards, as I'm seeing so many of them. Wild Blaze Charizard again, the half art version. This one came back flawless, gem mint 10. We have Full Art Groudon, a card I particularly like. Groudon is one of my favorites, so awesome to see Groudon again. Malamar EX from Phantom Gate. This one came back as a gem mint 10. Looks incredibly sinister. I like the artwork on it quite a bit. All that purple. Big into purple this round. That and the Latios, Mega Latios EX from last video. A lot of purple. So I'm liking them both. Blastoise EX. Came back as a gem mint 10. Same with Venusaur EX. Gem mint 10. Gengar EX from Phantom Gate. This one came back as Gem mint 10 as well. I like this one. There's a lot going on with it, lots of color. Gengar kind of exploding out of its little frame there. I like it a lot. Probably one of the most affordable all-time favorite cards in the community is a graded Ancient Mew movie promo. These are incredibly easy to find. They're almost always, well, I shouldn't say almost always, but a lot of times they are Gem mint 10s. They are awesome cards. There's a lot of sheen and sparkle to them. Originally when they were released, there was a lot of hype around them. So they are a fun card to have for collectors. If you grade and then resell cards, this is a easy one to pick up and have graded and sell for a decent profit kind of deal. I generally find them for like 20 bucks or so. At least I used to. I haven't bought one in a while. But they're not ultra expensive, and they're a really cool card to have in any collection. So very cool card. Very cool. I'll even look at the back, because the back is pretty awesome as well. Awesome stuff. And another favorite I'm seeing a lot of these days, this is Mega Tokyo Pikachu. Pikachu dressed up as a Charizard. Huge favorite from a number of people who grade and people who collect. This is a big one, so looks awesome slabbed as well. Back, front, very cool stuff. So that'll wrap up round 25. Future here, I'm going to try and upload a couple of videos. I actually want to do some review-based stuff, hopefully here. And I'm looking at doing a couple things with my PSA grading service. I'm going to go to Facebook to open up another means of contact, another way to get in touch with me as well, because there are so many people active in the Facebook community as well. I actually had Ludkin's Collectibles actually point out there's a whole page based around people who want to do grading, which I think is phenomenal. Either sell, buy, trade, whatever, including people who grade for other people as well. So that's pretty cool. So I'm going to be going that route as well. Probably going to see some changes. I will post a video about it, discussing changes with my own PSA grading service, ultimately looking at making things cheaper. That's the idea, at least. So hope you guys enjoyed this particular video. I will be back as soon as possible with more content, so do stick around for that. Thanks a lot for watching.